Wah. Wah. I didn't realize that the ad break already finished. How long were you guys waiting for? I got all into the drawing. I got so into the drawing, and I was also listening to an artist that I haven't listened to in a minute. You guys might like him. If you guys have similar politics to me, you guys might like him. I feel like I haven't listened to this guy since like 15, 16, something like that. So, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Let's say our hellos. I do feel a migraine forming, so I'm gonna try to hydrate a lot during the stream, but just a heads up, we might cut it short, maybe just keep it to like 2 hours or something. But let's see what we got here. We got Saribot, our rock. We got Matthew, Q. Oh, switching it up this time. First, you are first. You got your sticker. Folk, hello, you got your sticker. Beeplebees, hello. You got your sticker. And Mayshark, hello, hello. Sotenbori, you got your sticker. Hope you get well soon. I recovered from the void out last night. Oh, you're gonna love this then. You're gonna love what we're drawing today. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you for the get well soon. Yeah, I think I've said before that I have like monthly migraines. Usually it aligns with my like menstrual cycle. However, I'm not currently being visited by Aunt Flo, so it's a mystery. Maybe that means it's she's coming soon though. But anyway, how you guys doing? How you guys doing? Mayshark, hello. Get well soon. Thank you. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'll recover within the stream, and if not, I'll let you guys know. You guys will be the first to know. So let me get my tracking started, and then we'll get to some dailies and some drawing. Flow from progressive. That's one way to put it. Yeah. I'm like, should I just say what it is, or should I keep on using my cheeky little euphemisms? I'm talking about my period. I'm not on it, but typically me getting a migraine is usually a signal that it's around the corner. It's around the corner. But alright, my tracking is set up. Let's get to class. Hello everybody. Oh, I realized that. There we go. Let me move that right there. There you go. Hello everyone. Hello, it's me, Babinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. And today we're doing some traditional art. On the schedule it says Posca markers, and I do have the Posca markers ready. Not just this one big one, but many. But I don't know because I'm getting pretty like detailed with this drawing, and I feel like the Posca markers might be too big. With the I don't know. I'm still deciding if I want to use Posca markers or if I just want to go over it in ink and like call it a day, you know? But yeah, this is we're drawing the chronicles of our prairie field trips thus far. For those who haven't been here for that. We've been playing Oregon Trail. I think a couple weeks ago we played Oregon Trail 1, and then yesterday we played Oregon Trail 2, and it has all the shenanigans that you would expect. So, we've had bibing cubs that wander off because of Pretty Butterfly. We have bibing cubs that have been frozen in ice. We have some that have broken all limbs and almost made it to Oregon but didn't. And then we had 2 bibing cubs that got sick. Wait, was that they got sick? Oh yeah, and some that died of thirst. And like, wait, Matthew's bibing cub, he got bitten by a snake at one point. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing, really. So you pet the cats. What's pooping? But hello, how you guys doing? We'll do our dailies first though, but also if you guys want a little zoom in on the artwork, there we go. I think that's my favorite detail is the black hole that inexplicably just got summoned last night. A black hole killed our run, unfortunately. I wouldn't have expected it from the prairie, but I learned something new that day. Ice Babinka, yeah, you guys want to see some more of the details? Here we go. There's me driving the coach. We got two Babinkubs that are sick. We got Pexcool, who's wrapped up in bandages. Inexplicably injured all of their limbs, despite the Babinkubs not really having limbs. We have one that's just hanging out. We have one that's an ice cube. That's also Pexcool, by the way. Or rather, that's Pexcool's grandson. Two Pex, too cool. All the sklims, exactly. Exactly, the ice Babinkub. We have one that is reacting to the inexplicable black hole. We have, I believe it was beeplebees during the first playthrough that wandered off. And then we have Matthews over here that got bitten by a snake. And yeah, that's what we have so far. So I'm gonna be adding more with pencil, and then from there we'll decide if we want to just ink it in or if we want to like color it with Posca markers. All the Babinknubbies, exactly, all the sklims. Yeah, you wandered off twice. It was two butterflies. It was two butterflies. Methinks. Dianork, hello, you're just in time. We're doing some drawing. So yeah, the artist that I haven't listened to in a while that I just decided on a whim to listen to again is this artist named Bamboo, Bambu, and I used to listen to him a lot when I was like really in my like I guess like activist socialist era, you know, in college. Since then I still hold true to a lot of those ideals, but I just I've become a cog in the machine that is no longer able to go out and do stuff. And granted, you still can, even if you're a cog in the machine with a job, like a 9-to-5 job, you can still be part of the movement. But I just got a lot going on. Went on a side quest to Canada. Somehow y'all got there. Somehow got there before y'all. Is it PH Bamboo? Yeah, it is. He's Filipino, and his especially this record that I'm listening, or album that we're listening to, is very I guess the word is agit, short for agitated. That's, at least that was the slang that I like was familiar with when I was still part of the movement. He's very like agit, you know. And I remember when I used to go to like conferences and stuff back in the day, people were using the term like, oh, we're agit cute, you know, we're agitated but we're cute, you know. I thought that was sick. So we'll listen to him for today. Let's see if you guys can hear it. Let's see. Funny you talk about been that at work since 4 a.m. Oh man. Oh, agitated. Like, no, not since 4 a.m. I just like this intro part. He's got to get to work. Taga Los Angeles. Okay, so I thought you were saying idiot. No, agit, like A-G-I-T, like this. I'll spell it. Agit. It's short for agitated. But yeah, so that's the plan for today. We're gonna keep it sleazy. We're gonna keep it easy. We're gonna listen to some Bamboo. We're gonna draw, but I also want to do my dailies. But also, how you guys been? I'm gonna be trying to hydrate as well to keep my concentration up. But yeah, we'll be doing that for today. You guys got any plans for the weekend? I'm hoping to stay in, but I also kind of hope that Beans will bring home some food. He went out to an electronics store and then with his brother, and then they're gonna get coffee. But a part of me is like, are they also gonna bring back food? I'm hungry. The drawing looks really nice. Thank you, Fugubi. Thank you. Also, I don't think I said hello. Hello, Fugubi. Hello. But yeah, we'll ink it in so that's a little bit more visible. I know that it's not like 100% visible right now because of the camera quality. Wondering if I should get a better camera. Anyway. Let's go ahead and do our dailies, shall we? But yeah, I'm hoping to not have any plans this weekend. just so I can recover. It was like a pretty hefty work week. I wasn't even supposed to go to the school sites this past week, but I just felt like helping out. And it helped. I did actually help out. I was able to make some adjustments to the curriculum and stuff while I was there. And it was like overall good, but it's like, oh man, 2 days in the office, 2 days at the schools. I'm tired. I'm tired. So I need this week to just be uneventful. But anyway, let's go ahead and do our dailies. Oh, let me hydrate. I also woke up really sleepy. I woke up really sleepy this morning because me and Beans were gonna do more driving practice, but both of us were just like tired. Partially because Beans also got really into Minecraft again, and he be building. All right, so this is a cool picture. First of all, like without us even trying to figure out where it is, it's so cool. Like it's so well like compositioned. It's very atmospheric. Right, it seems like this like outdoor marketplace or something, and like it's very crisp and clear despite it seeming like it's from like, I don't know, maybe the 1900s or something, unless it's like more contemporary than that. But also like the sunlight streaking through. Is it okay if I just like save this? Can I save this picture? Oh, it's an SVG file? Wait, can I copy it and do the little like Discord hack? You guys know the Discord hack where like if you have a WebMP and you paste it into Discord, it'll turn it into a PNG. Let me see. No, it doesn't work for SVG files. No. They perceived us. Scatter. Welcome to the party. So yeah, this looks like it might be in West Asia, I want to say. Just going off of the clothing. I kind of like these guys in the center. Like the like, well, actually, yeah, I realized that in this picture everyone's looking. They're looking right at us. We've been perceived. We've been perceived. But also, I kind of like that everyone looks happy. Like, look at that. We got people like smiling at the camera. We got people that are curious and stuff. This is just a nice picture. Okay, maybe when we get the answer, we'll be able to save the picture. Dude, the kulintang sounds and the gong sounds in this song, so good. So the thing is, there's a lot of different places that we can pick from. There's no place that I can like quite narrow down where this is. Like I don't see any flags. It just feels like kind of vaguely West Asian, right? So it could be Iraq, it could be Iran, it could be Syria, it could be Turkey, it could be, you know, like Saudi Arabia, it could be Yemen, Oman. So I'm not sure where to put ourselves in. Or it could even be Egypt. It could even be Egypt, right? Let's actually try that. I have a little sis and gave her my Switch while I upgraded to a used OLED. Thing I didn't know was game-wise I had to transfer Animal Crossing data from Switches, and now all 145 hours of gameplay are gone and starting from scratch. Oh no! Dang. Sorry that you had to find out like that, Fugubi. Dang. Cause yeah, like Animal Crossing, like I have a lot of hours in mine because it was like the game I played during the pandemic, along with very many other people. But yeah, like I don't even know how many hours I have in that one. It's still on my file, but I don't know if I could change my name on it and show you guys. So all right, let's just do Cairo. Let's do Cairo in the, I don't know where this would be. Like this could be 1920s. This could be any time really. These guys have their suits. It's a little bit like looser, so maybe it's a little later. It's also like the photo quality that makes me think that it's maybe like early 1900s. When saying Oman, the emphasis should be on the second syllable. I see, thank you. So Oman, is it the same with Yemen? Yemen? Let me know. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Fugubi. Okay, let's do 1919. Cairo. Ah, no, it was Iraq. Mosul, Iraq. Captured the same year Iraq gained its independence from British rule. Ah, okay, okay. Oh, cool. That's why everyone's so happy. That's why everyone's so happy. It's like, oh heck yeah, we're not under British rule anymore. Oh, can I save the picture? Save image. It's WebMP, so that means there's hope. Copy. Discord. Yeah, I was able to save the picture. Let's go. Yeah. Same with Yemen. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you, thank you. It gets funny since I told my little sis this and all she told me was, womp womp, start from scratch, noob. Aw, so mean. So mean. Womp womp. No. Alright, let's see where this is. Oh my god, look at that jacket. That's like 90s as heck. I want a jacket like that. Oh, is this Rome? Look, there's like ruins in the background there. Yeah, you got your like Roman columns and stuff. It seems like it's Rome 1990s, right? Trevi Fountain, Roman Forum. Let's put it here. And then 1990s, maybe 1996. Make a guess. Nice. There we go. We did it. We were 3 years off. It was the 90s. Let's go. When saying Arabic words, the emphasis is usually on the second syllable. Oh, that's super helpful. I have been thinking, because you know how I usually do those script studies. I haven't done a script study lately. Because we did like Maya glyphs, we did ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs. We're not done with either, but like a part of me is like, I wanna learn something new. Because the last time I learned a new script was, well, I guess the ancient Egyptian and ancient Greek, but, or not ancient, it's not even ancient Greek, it's just modern Greek. Was like, I want to say like a year or two ago. And every other script study has just been like reiterating something that I've already like been introduced to. So part of me is like, what if I learn Arabic? One of my coworkers did a, because I work with a lot of other researchers. They recently did a lot of research on like learning Arabic, and they did like a small little chart, but it was a very short presentation. So they just gave like a big like overview, because it was transitioning into like talking about Arabic art from like from West Asia. And using like words as art and like calligraphy as art. So they gave like a really short, like 30-second like overview of like Arabic, and I was like, oh, I want to learn this. I want to learn this. So I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking and talking. Almost dropped my phone on me. I guess I need to eat soon. Glad to see you guys again. I'm glad to see you too, May Shark. I'm glad. Have a good one if you end up going to bed. Have a good night. Have a good night. Okay. Let's see, where are we here? So this is like, you know, port town. I'm seeing some white Eurocentric features, so maybe this is somewhere in Europe and or US, Australia. What is this? Grudies. Grudies. Yeah, Slides, the thing that you gave me, right? Asanul Kawaid. I'm trying to like put the emphasis on like the second syllable. I don't know if that's correct. Asanul Kawaid. Towards you again. Ogie, check. Go get some. Oh, I was wondering what you meant by check. Okay, cool. Okay, what's this? Melka Skjorter? Grudes? Let's see. Oh, let's look at the cars. Oh, these look a little bit more contemporary. Maybe 70s, 80s? We got a gal with the big hair here. Oh, yeah, we're doing 60s next week. Oh, one thing about next week's stream schedule, you guys, is so fun fact, Beans and I, our parents happen to have all like the same, like similar or like really close together like birthdays. So Beans's mom's birthday is next, I think, Wednesday, and my mom's birthday is next Friday. So it just so happens that like it's like pure coincidence that like both our mom's birthdays are like mid-March, and then both of our dad's birthdays are like late August. Funnily enough, we both have siblings around the same age, but their birthdays are like far apart from each other. So like Beans' brother's birthday is like late April, and then my brother's birthday, or one of my brother's birthday that's like close in age to him, is like September. So But yeah, so next week, because of that, we might be pretty scarce on the streams. Let me actually check my stream schedule. Give me a second. What did I put here? Okay, so next week we'll probably do like a just chatting on Monday. I know you can't see my screen, that's intentional. And then we might do a Tuesday stream, but like Discord only. It might be a study sesh, and then I won't be streaming or actually I could stream the 18th, but then we're gonna do a Thursday stream, and then we might not do a Friday stream because that's my mom's birthday. And we might not be able to do a Saturday stream either because Beans' mom wants to celebrate it on the weekend. So yeah. So we might just have like 2 streams on Twitch and then one on Discord. So yeah, but next week we're gonna be studying the 1960s. Groovy. No, actually maybe that's 70s, right? Groovy. Okay. Asanul actually has the emphasis on the first syllable. Okay, Asanul. Gotta love languages. The moment you learn a rule, it's immediately broken. Exactly, right? No, but I like it. I like it because this, like, Arabic is something completely new to me. So I want to learn all about the pronunciation and, like, I know that it's read from right to left, right? Kind of like Japanese. Or no, Japanese, the pages are right to left, but the reading is, like, vertical. What am I saying? Oh, and the pronunciation, and then certain letters that don't exist in like the Latin alphabet, or rather like certain sounds and phonemes that don't exist in like English, for example. So there's like because I remember when I was trying to learn like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, there's one that has an Arabic equivalent but not an English equivalent, and it was like so hard for me to learn. So I'm like, okay, if I learn Arabic, maybe that's actually gonna make ancient Egyptian a little bit easier as well. It's kind of like if you learn Spanish, learning Tagalog gets a little bit easier because of colonialism. But yeah, I thought you almost said Ashin the Kawaii. Oh man, Ashin the Kawaii. But no. All right, so maybe 60s, 70s, judging off of like the cars, because these look a little bit more modern, right? Or by modern, I mean like 80s, like and after that. So let's do 70. Question is, where is this? Because the text, let's see. Melka Skjorter, Grudes Herkelab. And this also, there's like boats here. There's boats and so maybe like a place that's a little bit more Mediterranean. Because, like, the Skjorter part sounds like it would be Nordic, but I don't know if people like, chilling in these, like, watery places? I feel like it's kind of cold, isn't it? Ah, I forgot how much I like these songs. Do he not know who we effing with? Let's see. Herkula Skjorter? What if it's the Balkans, right? What if it's like one of these islands? Let's pick this one. Just based off vibes. Just based off vibes, right? Pula, 1970s, make a guess. No, it was Norway. Oh, okay. I don't know why, like, I just assumed, like, oh, people aren't gonna be on the water in the Nordic region. It's too cold. It's too cold. Why are people just chilling there? But I was wrong. Fun fact, Ashin the Kawaii actually wrote Asanul Kawaii back in 1473. The more you know. By the way, do you like my Binka tip of the day on the Discord? The one that I just made up. Actually, you know what that reminds me of? Give me a second. Okay, you guys ready? Alright, so your Binka tip for the day. Your Binka tip for the day is that Black holes were very common in the prairie. It wasn't until the 1990s that they stopped being a problem due to people banning the use of hairspray on a global scale. Not this time. It's fiction. Never happened. I love these compilations of Jonathan Frakes. But what if I wasn't lying? It is. A similar story. Where's the other one? This one. All right, last one. Oh, here, Jonathan Frakes ask you things. Yes, I have something, Bodhi. I have. You could do that with this video. Here, I'll just play this like regular speed, and then when you slow it down, it makes him sound drunk. Do you have a pet? My favorite is the comment section when they're like, my 3-year-old asking me questions. Random Pokemon trainers when they spot a 10-year-old. The good cop, confusing cop technique. He sounds like he's starting the ad break on his podcast. Jonathan Frakes attempts to figure out your password security questions. And then here, if you guys want to hear like him sounding drunk, playback speed, put it to like 50% and then just rewind it. Hey! Jonathan Frakes is a treasure. Jonathan Frakes is a treasure. Okay, that one 100% sounds like a drunk guy. 100%, it's like 2 a.m, the bar's closed, you know? You're waiting outside for your Uber with your friends, and this guy just walks up to you and he's like, you ever remember the tallest guy you ever met? And then the one person in the group that like entertains him, and he's like, oh no, I haven't. And everyone else is like on their phones, like tunnel vision, just like, don't look up, just wait for the Uber. The Uber's gonna be here soon. What do you want to be when you grow up? He's aware of these videos and can go into a bit when it's brought up. I saw a video, I think was it posted on JLG? I think it was posted in the Discord. Cause like he just like randomly brings it up. He's just he can, yeah, like you said, like he can just go into the bit. You ever see do you believe in the power of a curse? Perfect, amazing. So that's your Binka tip for the day. We made it up. It's fiction. Alright, so where are we? Where in the world is Babinko Bear? Put the music back on. Let's see. Steve Stakes! No stopping, bus zone, 2-hour parking. If there were like 5 more parking signs, I would think this would be Los Pincos. It still might be. Still might be. These cars look like 80s, 90s, no, 90s, right? Or maybe even 2000s. Is it 2001? Bean Cafe. Beans. Cell phones, movie, electronics. Oh, cell phones. Oh, maybe not 2010. Because cell phones were a thing since the 80s. This doesn't necessarily mean like smartphones. So that's why I want to say like early 2000s. Because the cars look like they could be 90s, but this one looks very 80s. But then like you would still see 80s cars like even in the 2000s. I would assume. Actually, this could look like DTLA. This could look like downtown Los Pincos. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like familiar to me at a glance, you know. Steve Steaks. Wait, what does it say? SEPTA? One way? This is a lot of like street signs, you know? And they do look kind of familiar. Like the style of it does look familiar, but it could also just be like I kind of want to say Los Pincos. Black chucks, hoodie, and a beanie. Let's see, we could do DTLA. Or it could be East Los. Historic South Central. Yeah, let's do Los Pincos 2002. No, it was Philadelphia. It's Philadelphia. But it's 2006, so still the 2000s. It was Bear America though. Okay, last round. Ooh. This looks like this China? And then the flag kind of like it has the colors of the Chinese flag, but like not 100% sure. They're playing cards. What are they playing? You think they're playing Pasoy Dos? I really want to play Pasoy Dos. I think what is it, Tabletop Simulator or something? We can play it through that, but I haven't figured it out yet. You know what? I could write that on my notepad. Tabletop Simulator to play Pasoy Dos. Specifically with you guys. Pasoy Dos on tabletop sim. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Yeah, maybe Beijing? Right here. Beijing. Temple of Heaven. The Palace Museum. Is there like, where's like the... No, I'll just put it in a random spot, like over here. Question is, this looks like film? I'm not sure. Maybe the 80s? I'm just gonna say 80s, China, Beijing. 5 years off. Oh, and look at that. Nice. I thought it was Tiananmen Square. I just wasn't sure because I wasn't sure like how it like looked in its totality. So cool. And then 1989. We weren't too far off. That one was pretty good. That was pretty good. I think so. Geography-wise, the worst one was the one where we were on the other side of Bear America. So, let me put this in daily games. We unfortunately can't do Food Guesser because we just did it last night and it doesn't reset till 4 p.m. PST. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so with that, let's get to some arting. Let's do some art. Webcam. There we go. All right, so here is our drawing. Once again, if you guys want to see the details, we're out on the prairie. You know, we got our ox. There's multiple ox in here, but I just wanted to draw one. I'm over here driving the carriage. We got some babinkums that are sick, injured, frozen, just there. We have one that's sweating up here. That's to denote the ones that were like dying of thirst. Poor guys. We got one reacting to the black hole that was, you know, pretty typical of the prairie. We have beeplebees wandering off with the butterfly. You know what? I'm gonna draw a second butterfly. To the working class. 2 butterflies. There's 2 butterflies. Somehow ended up in Canada. Still made it to Oregon before us. And then we got Matthew getting bit by a snake on his tail. Let's see. There is like an empty space here that I want to add some stuff, but let me look at my my MS Paint drawings from past sessions. Art by me. To the power to the working class. Oh, that's right. I forgot about Terry. I forgot about Terry. Terry was just a guy. It was like Matthew's OC that was based off dysentery. Should we include Terry somewhere? Should he just be a stick figure? You know what? He'll be here like on like he's being left behind. He's just a stick figure. And he's like, hey, wait. Not even an expression. Not even an expression. And then let's see. I think I want to add some stuff here too. I feel like there's some empty space. And then here. So let's see. We got, how many bibincups do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10 here. We had, I think 4, right? We had 4 people. Oh no, we just had 3. We just had 3 during the first one because the 4th one was Terry. So 3 plus 5, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so we're 1 over, but that's fine. That's fine. So we can still add a 10th here, you know? This doesn't have to be lore accurate. Let's see. Alright, what was the latest one? Oh yeah, people got sick, people died of thirst. Okay, cool. I think we've like included everything. So we just need one more bibincup here doing something. Oh, you know what? We can also draw one over here. Maybe we'll draw some like art here. Some like street art, you know? See, there's a bibincup here. He's got a flan on his head. Guys, hurry, we need to ditch Terry. I really love just doodling the bibincups. It's become so natural now. Hello, Devin. Being gay doing crime spinka? Yeah, actually. Actually, yeah. Every day even. We're drawing our chronicles from when we played Oregon Trail. We had a couple folks die of thirst, a couple of folks die of being frozen. We have someone who broke all of their limbs. We have 2 people that got sick. Someone got bit by a snake. One person wandered off twice. So, you know, we're having a gay old time, as they say. We're having a gay old time. Oh, you know what? A bibincup here falling off the the carriage. Oh no, poor guy. There we go. Someone falling off. I hope I'm here for the next Oregon Trail stream. I was at work. No worries, no worries. Ever considered Death Road to Canada? Yeah, actually, I think Matthew, Kayla, and I forgot if someone else. They all recommended that one as well. I'm kind of down now that like 3 different people have like recommended it to me. Maybe that'll be the next time So next week is gonna be a little bit limited because of both my mom's birthday and Beans' mom's birthday, but the week after. You know what? I'm just gonna lock it in right now. How about that? I'm just gonna lock it in right now for 2 weeks from now. Let's see. Let's see. I'm off to the big card store in the sky. Not locals. Have fun drawing dead cubs. Thanks. Thanks. Gay old time. Yeah, we're gonna have a gay old time. I guess the question is when's the best time to play it, because I was planning on playing a game called Relooted, but I could do that another time. I was gonna do that on Thursday. You know, Friday's gonna be art appreciation. We could do it in the morning, because I think, how long does it take to play Death Road to Canada? You know what? I could just Google it. I could just Google it. Long to play. Death Road to Canada. Is it one of those things where you could do like multiple runs? So it's 13 hours to beat it. Main story is 6 hours. Because basically I'm wondering if it should be like a Thursday night or a Saturday morning. So control a car full of jerks as they explore cities, recruit weird people, rescue dogs, argue with each other, and face gigantic swarms of slow zombies. Randomly generate for a new story and rare events every time you play. Ooh, so you do like multiple runs. When focusing on main objectives, Death Road to Canada is about 6 hours. If you're a gamer that tries to see all aspects, 124 hours? Oh my gosh. It's a bit more involved than Oregon Trail. There's combat and looting. Ah, okay, okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just deciding between Saturday morning, because then I'd have more time. Like, if I wanted to go more than 4 hours, I could. Whereas, like, in the evenings, or is it something that I could break up into pieces? Because, like, with Oregon Trail, you can if you just save, but I didn't save, so... Because then I could play, like, partially, like, on Thursday, and then partially, like, another week or on the Saturday. We could do that. It's been a minute, or I don't think I've ever done a stream schedule where I've played the same game more than once a week. Because that's what I do off stream. Like, if I have a game that I want to play, like, you know, every day, then I will do it off stream. But we could do, like, a double. A twofer, if you will. We could do that. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Anything else? We could add some clouds here just to get the negative space. Oh, there we go. We'll draw a cloud here, and it's getting, like, sucked up into the black hole. There you go. Alright, let's ink this. Give me a sec. I'm trying to find my, like, lining pen. Give me a second. You're gonna hear a lot of drawers. That's where I keep all of my, like, art supplies. Oh, I have some here, but it's been a minute since I've used them. I wonder if this is ASMR. Okay, here. It's been a minute since I've used these Micron pens, so they might already be dried out, but let's try it anyway. Okay, we'll start here. Ah, yeah, this still works. Dodgers all day. Oh, yeah, I decided to give myself like period accurate clothing, but when I say that, it's just like a vest. It's... Oh, classy. I met her before. Everything is ASMR if you enjoy sound enough. Period accurate Babinkums. Alright, here's some ASMR. Me rifling through my... Teacher lost your homework. ASMR POV. Teacher's listening to her favorite raps. And she lost your homework that she graded. She swore she graded it, but she's trying to find it. I swear it's here. No, I graded it. I graded it. Just give me a second. What's your name again? What's your last name? When did you turn it in? Did you turn it in on time? Okay, give me... You know what? I think I put it in my other pants pocket. Yeah, everyone gets an A. Everyone gets an A today. Good job, everybody. We learned so much today. I met Classy before, and like I think I just put together that he says in the song that she's like a senior in high school at this point, and it's like, dang, I met her when she was like, I don't know, in her 20s or 30s or something. No, wait, if she was a senior in high school and this album came out in like 2014, I met her in like 2019 or something. Wait, when did this album come out? That she was young when I met her. What the heck? Yeah, this album came out in 2014, so I met her like 5 years after that. So what, like 23? Oh dang. I don't know why I thought she was like in her... Oh, you know, it's because she had a baby with her. Actually, lining, like with traditional like methods, is actually very soothing. I think what's also helping me is you know, when we went through like naive art. Did you hand it in on time? Trying to shift the blame. No, I swear I have it. I swear I graded it. But yeah, learning about naive art is making me more like, you know what? I should make my art more imperfect. I should make it more scribbly. Just scribble all over it. Actually, yeah, I could just like, you know, do that here. Oh, give me a second. Oh my god, Cubs, look, Beans came back with a tiramisu drink, and it comes with a little cookie. It comes with a little cookie. Oh man, I'm gonna be caffeinated. I'm gonna be caffeinated.
I asked them the sweetest drink.
Oh, it's okay. Let me pause. Alright, I'm gonna eat this tiramisu espresso thingy. And we will be so caffeinated, Babinkos. We will be so caffeinated. Oh yeah, that's sweet. What the heck? You guys get more ASMR today. ASMR? Teacher forgot about your homework and now she's eating her tiramisu. Tiramisu, a cappuccino, or whatever the heck this is. Crunch. Tasty. Oh my god, this top won't go on top of the coffee. It's okay. Okay. I was telling my coworker about this, but have you guys heard about like there's gonna be an ASMR horror movie coming out? It seems like a pretty cool concept. Let me see if I can find it actually. Spoiling you. I think that's what this is. Look up a ASMR horror film spoiling you. I don't know when it's coming out, but it seems like a good cool concept. Man, I remember this song so well. ASMR, I beat you to death with hammers. I don't even meant to say death, but there's something funny about it being death. Ooh, woo, I'm gonna beat you to death. But I can also imagine you being like, no, that was intentional. So sometimes at work, I when I'm with my like fellow educators, I do little doodles and stuff. And one time I doodled like a Maya god, or it was like an Aztec god. Hello, you've been conquered with hammers. Oh well. Definitely intentionally. I doodled like an Aztec god using a reference, mind you. So it wasn't even my own style, it was like a reference. And then my coworkers happened to see it. Or they did it, I kind of like doodled it and then like left the paper there. And while people were walking around, they're like, "Oh, who drew this?" And then one person was like, "Oh, it's Binka. You could tell because it's her style." And I was like, "What?" I was like, I have a style? Like, especially because I used a reference. Like, I used a reference to draw it. It was like a, I don't think I took a, I think I took a picture, but it has like work sensitive information on it. So, I would have to edit it before I share it with you guys. But it was like, I legit drew like an Aztec god. It wasn't even my own style, but it was like, what do you mean it's my style? Oh, that cappuccino's good. Do I just happen to draw like an Aztec artisan from the classic era? It's like I walk away from this paper, I walk back, and everything is actually like Aztec style, and I didn't even realize it this whole time. Yeah, don't question why this bebinka, by the way, is floating. Assume that it is jumping. You don't recognize your own style? It's so iconic. It's just the Aztec god style. But also that made me start to wonder, like, what's it, like, because I don't think I draw enough around them. Like I don't know how many of my like little art pieces and sketches I've ever shown my coworkers. Like I've shown it like even when drawing from ref, everyone puts their own flair on it. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry, if I pause every so often, it's because I'm drinking my drink. But yeah, like I think it's also like the fact that they said like, oh, it's Binka's style. Is what okay, so this one over here is Beck's cool, by the way. Drawn in the style that beeplebees drew him. With like the feet sticking out and like the bandages. Cause that killed me. Like when I saw your drawing, that was so good. Like to the point where you can't even see like the face anymore. It's just bandages. That got me so good. Oh, ad break already. Oh man, okay. Let me put you guys over in the cub corner. Alright. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. I'll be doing some line art and stuff, but we'll go from there. Okay, we're back. There was an airplane passing over the apartment, and it had that like loud, that super loud like. So you might occasionally hear that. I don't know what the deal with that is, but yeah, you might hear it. I did not end up lighting anything else during the ad break. I ended up just enjoying my coffee. And B and Beans were making plans for where we're gonna eat lunch. And I also tried to do the 5 squats thing. I keep forgetting that like I want to try to do 5 squats per ad break just to build up the legs, right? And to just wake up really sore because you know, who wants a little bit more suffering in their life? Yeah, I am kind of enjoying just lining this. But I am wondering like if I should put color. You're tripping again. Man. I can't express enough how much I like this. Not just like the music, but like the lining, the drawing. Drawing these silly cubs. There we go. Yeah, before the ad break, I think we were talking about like art styles and stuff like that. And I think, like I said, one of the most freeing things for me lately has been this idea of like naive art. And this idea of like making it like not caring too much about perfectionism. I think in general that's just a very freeing thing with like making art is like not caring that it looks a certain way. And the fact that like now it's almost like not fashionable, but like it's a bit more preferable to have a little bit of that human touch, that human like imperfection with art. um I don't know, it's been impacting me in a positive way because it's like, okay, cool, if my line isn't like 100% accurate, that's fine. But oddly enough, I'm actually like really okay with a lot of the like line work that I've been doing. Again, like the sketches that I've been doing. Or maybe it's because of that mentality of like, it's okay to mess up, that like, well, now my lines are actually like pretty straight. And if it's not perfect, it has like a cool like imperfect human, okay, I'm not human, but like it has a cool bear quality to it. Something that only I as a bear can do. Oh, I haven't listened to this album yet. This is a newer one. I think this was, oh, 2024 was just 2 years ago. Dang, I like the beat to this one. Mmm. Man, these bars. Jiro, hello. Yeah, I was gonna be like, what do you mean you're not a bear? I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. I'm totally a bear. This is bear-made art right here. Binka AI, no! No Binka AI. Could an AI do this? Wait, hold on. Could an AI do this? I think not. I think not. Could an AI do this? But because I've fallen and I can't get up. Help! Help, my hat is staying perfectly on my head. Help! You guys aren't helping me. You guys aren't helping me at all. I'm not feeling very helped right now. Ooh, 64 slices of American cheese. That'll help me. That'll help me. No! It's going to the cats, not me! It's going to the cats! No! No! Dang it. I wanted that cheese. I wanted that cheese. That was my cheese. That's probably not gonna be good for the cats either. I should also make myself a little smaller. There we go. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna nudge myself over here. Stop laughing at me! I'm not a jerk! Why would you say that? Why would you say such a thing? Let me... Ugh! Dang it! Come on. Oh! Oh my gosh. It's Ruvia Barra. I love Ruvia Barra. Yung ugat, they got nothing on us. Nothing on us. Nothing on us. Isang bagsak. This is another Filipina artist that I'm pretty sure I've like talked to her before. Or not talked, well, I have talked to her, but I've talked about her before on stream. But she's another Phil-Am rapper that like, man, her bars are just so good. This is like her anthem. Pandango sa ila, she dripping in gold. All of my soul just greet me. There we go. Okay, draw some grass here. Walang makakatigil. Brown women rise, alamin ang iyong ugat, they got nothing on us. Nothing on us. Nothing on us. Nothing on us. Walang makakatigil. Brown women rise, alamin ang iyong ugat, they got nothing on us. Nothing on us. Isang bagsak. There we go. Oh yeah, the actual wagon. Big Ham. Hello. How you doing? Ham Raid. Ham Raid. I was lurking earlier. I was watching you play Overwatch and showing my partner Beans cuz he also plays Overwatch. And he was like, "Dang, she knows what she's doing." No, nothing but positive things. Nothing but positive things to say. He also indulges in the swatching. How you doing? How was the rest of the stream though? How you doing? Also, hello everyone. Hello, my name's Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. We're currently doing some hand cam, some paw cam. We're drawing our we're listening to Filipino rap first of all, but we're also drawing our chronicles of when we played Oregon Trail. It's been an adventure. It's definitely been an adventure. But hello. Thank you for the raid. If you have to do some post-stream care, no worries at all. Same with the big fans as well. But if you guys want to stay behind, we're just gonna be drawing. I haven't been yapping as much because I started like developing a little bit of a migraine, but it's starting to go away. But we've just kind of been jamming to the music. Blemish, hello. Ham raid. Nice art, thank you. Robatu, hello. Ham raid. Let's see. Good. It was good. We got art meshing done, so off to making things move. Yay! Let's go. Awesome. Yeah. I was gonna say like with the Overwatch stuff, nothing but good things. So it's cool to see, and also I think another one of my friends, Mega Bronson, has been paying you some compliments. At least I don't know in public, but definitely in private to us. They're saying that like you and Tippa like are really good at Overwatch. Let's see. Oh, F, yeah, of course, yeah. He's definitely been telling it to us in private, so I don't know if he's been telling it to y'all in public, but just know that you got fans. Not just big fans, but bear fans. Becca Bronson is a fellow bear. But yeah, like I said, if you guys got a raid and run, no worries at all. We're just drawing our little prairie adventures. We played Oregon Trail 1 and 2, and unfortunately our Oregon Trail 2 playthrough was cut short by, I'm depicting it here as a black hole, but it was actually a stack overflow glitch that just completely killed our run. But it's fine. We went for 2 or 3 hours last night, so it's all good. And if anything, it kind of ended our suffering early because I don't think we were gonna make it. If I'm being honest with you guys, I don't think we were gonna make that run. We were at Utah, left with $50 in a dream. 3 cubs had died. One of them died from being frozen to death. Another one, 2 of them were too overheated. They died of thirst. One got bitten by a snake. They didn't die though. Folk had cholera, but recovered. But no. Folk got smallpox and recovered. Let's see what else. And they all dissed Terry. I think that's the root of a lot of our misfortune. Is I dissed Terry at the very beginning of Oregon Trail 1, and it kind of went downhill from there. But if I'm being honest, Terry kind of deserved it. Terry kind of, I don't know. The vibes were off. Vibes were off with Terry. I had a concussion when we voided out too. Yeah, you did. Oh, you know what? Maybe that should be on here somewhere. Ah, dang, I already drew the eyes here. Otherwise, I would do like the swirly eyes on at least one of them. I think the swirly eyes really sell the concussion, you know? Actually, we can listen to more Ruby Ibarra. Rocky Rivera is also a good one. It's also been a minute since I listened to Ruby Ibarra. Okay, let's listen to Ruby. Color Color Eto na naman. Oh, you know what? I actually know quite a few of the rappers on this track. I've met Ruby Ibarra once before. I met Carl Angelo a couple of times. Actually, I think that's it. It's just those two, but it's like, oh my gosh, so many familiar names on this one. If you guys want to listen to any other like Filipino rap artists, another one I would recommend is Carl Angelo. He I don't know, like there's also something about just like Tagalog in general or like Filipino languages in general that like the phonemes, like the sounds that are made from like the words just hit so good with rap. It just complements it so well. And then Carl Angelo, I remember like back then he was actually known as by a different name, MC Zuko. And it was because he spits fire. He spits fire, and it was like that's pretty clever, right? That's pretty clever. Let's see. The universe didn't anticipate you asking to trade for a new wagon wheel and collapsed on itself. Yeah, that was what triggered it, right? Because it was going fine until it was like, oh no, we can't. We don't have any more spare wheels. Well, let's trade for it, and then it just caused the stack overflow. There's something so funny about the shocked Bibinkub here. I think it's also partially because Bibinkubs never never open their eyes. So when they do, that's when you know it's like, you know, real-ish. Here, I just want to like zoom in on the Bibinkubs with their eyes open. Just freaking out. Like, ah! The stars were not in position. Hey! Who did that? Matthew. Why would you do such a thing? The stars were not in position, but those bears definitely were. And then this is Terry. And then this is beeplebees over here. Wandering off. Ito na naman. I'm sorry, that's such a good part. These bitches be bobo. It's rebellion that triggers the stinger? Oh. Eto na naman. Eto na naman. Putang ina. Eto na naman. And we got some like very basic houses. Some like stuff flying into the sky here. I'm not gonna draw in the black hole just yet. I kind of want to do it with markers so it seems like scarier and otherworldly. Shinobi para Naruto is crazy. That's amazing. You don't paint with acrylic paints, right? I have in the past. It's just that it's a lot of setup for me. Well, not too much. I don't know. Like anything less than like markers feels like a lot of setup because I used to also do watercolor, but that also felt like a lot of setup. But I've also seen a lot of people do like miniature setups with watercolor. Hold on, I'm bringing out some examples that I've done in the past. Here you go. So this one I did with Posca markers, and as you can see, it's a little bit more like opaque, or it's easier with Posca markers to do things a little bit more like cell shaded. And then this one was done with acrylic. So I did have acrylic paints, but I think I gave them all away because I wasn't really using it that much. So here it's a little bit easier to have like transitions between like softer transitions with things like the grass and stuff. But yeah, I have done acrylic paints before. It's actually like my preferred method of painting. It's just that it does take a lot of setup. Like I do need like my palette to keep moist, because the thing with acrylic paints, I'm sure Matthew already knows this, but for everyone else, like with acrylic paints, when it comes to painting in general, like the three like big ones that people are typically familiar with is watercolor, acrylic, and oil. And then there's more. There's like tempera, there's like ink, there's I forget the rest, but the main three that I learned, at least in my painting class, was like acrylic, oil, and watercolor. And they're all very different from one another. I've actually never done oil painting. Tempera, tempera. I think that's the paint that like classrooms use, like elementary school like classrooms use. I forgot why. I think it's like easy to like wash off, I guess, but I wish there was tempera or tempest. I missed them anyway. Oil. I've never done oil, but it sounds like you do need yeah, it's egg based. Exactly, it's egg based. And I think a lot of artists in like the medieval times use tempera. Oh, this one's a bop. Bakunawa. Ako bakunawa. But I think from what I get from like Bob Ross, for example, he works in oil paint. And my boss is an oil painter. It takes a very long time to dry. Like to completely dry, it's actually like months. But for it to like kind of slightly dry, it takes like days essentially. But that means that it's very forgiving in that you can do a lot of blending and you can do a lot of like color changing while it's still wet. So like it's very forgiving in that way. Acrylic is kind of the opposite, but like for me it's a little bit easier. Like I said, I never tried oil, so maybe oil will be easier if I try it. But the cool thing about acrylic is that it dries quickly. It dries very quickly, like within like a couple seconds of you applying it. So like you can't make adjustments to the paint that's already there once it dries, but you could still paint over it. So for example, if I like painted like the eyes, for example, for this, like the eyes are a little bit too white, I could bring down the color. So if this was oil, I would just mix in a different color to like darken it a little bit more. But here the paint is already dry. There's nothing I can do about the paint that's already there, but I can at least paint over it with a new color. And then watercolor is completely different from both of them, because for one you need like a special, well, you do also need like a special surface for it, but that one, for beginners, it can seem very unforgiving. Like the moment you make a mistake, it's a wash, you know? Like you can't fix mistakes, because once it's dry on the paper, it stains the like the whole like kind of like physical aspect of watercolor is that the watercolor is staining the paper itself. So once it's dry, that's pretty much it. But if you get a little bit better with watercolor, you can kind of learn how to manipulate the water in the watercolor to make it so that if you make a mistake, you can, like, if you act really quickly, you can like take it out. Like for example, if the water is still wet, you get like a paper towel and you like dab the place where you did it wrong. You can also, once the paint is dry, if you made a mistake or you want to adjust something, you could still use other mediums over it, like marker, like colored pencil. I see a lot of watercolor artists, they use colored pencil in conjunction with they use colored pencil in conjunction with watercolor. Yeah. I asked because I wanted to know if you have any Stuart Semple's paint. No, I actually don't think I've ever heard of Stuart Semple paints. Is that for like miniatures? I know you do like miniatures and stuff. Walang maka. We listened to this one. I love this song, but we did listen to this one already. Black 2.0. Let me drink some more of my coffee before we continue. Okay, we're actually almost done with inking. Afterwards, I might put like a little smidge of color, and that might actually be it. Actually, we'll see. I might start putting color, and then I might be like, oh, actually, I like this. Now, you know what? We're gonna leave the background, like, unlined, so that we can kind of have fun with it. And then I kind of want to draw the black hole here. Anish Kapoor, who copyrighted Vanta Black. Oh, the guy who specifically won't sell paint to Anish Kapoor. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of Stuart Semple before. Oh, this is kind of dry, actually. Ooh, you know what? We could do this, where like, it is a little dried up, but we could still apply a little bit of like soft black color to like surrounding areas. Have you ever heard of the bean in Chicago? Oh yeah, yeah, that like, it's like a metal statue, right? And it's like very, like reflective. The ominous and nefarious black hole in the distance. It's supposedly called the Cloud Gate. Oh, that was made by Anish Kapoor. Oh. Why so? Why is it called the Cloud Gate? This is intriguing. God, that actually does look like a really ominous black hole. Not the nefarious black hole. Oh, supposedly it's supposed to be called the Cloud Gate, but not. It's the Bean because Anish Kapoor named it that. But copyrighting colors is a jerk move, so it is the Bean. Oh, interesting. Okay, this warrants a little bit of research. Not right now, but I'm gonna save a tab on them. Anish Kapoor. Interesting. Oh, they're a conceptual artist. I see. Oh, Monday! Hello! Hello. Hi, Vink and Matthew. Wow, a simple Kapoor debacle. I only realized how complex that got much later. Oh, this is like the first time hearing of it, actually. If I have a spare tube of Black 2.0, should we meet, I will give you some. Yeah, because, like, I think there will be some opportunities for us to meet because, whether it's, like, off-Kai or whenever me and Beans decide to go to New York. But also, I've heard about there's, like, a new VTuber, convention going on in the East Coast, right? Anki? Right? I know that Sklimbo said that he's going to that one, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to that one because it's like, that's like, is it the week of Thanksgiving or the week before or after or something like that? It's like a big maybe. It's like a huge maybe, but I know that is East Coast, so it's like, well, but if enough of my friends go, it's a big maybe. So Kapoor's copyright is more complicated than just him copywriting. It was apparently a safety business decision with the Vanta Black maker. Oh, interesting. Oh, you got Chistika Monday. Nice. But Kapoor also got someone to buy. He also got someone to buy some for him and then tweeted a pic of him giving the finger to Semple. Oh, man. Dang. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of complexity to it. I'm not saying Kapoor's great, more Semple's not great either. Ah, so there's a little bit of nuance on both sides is what I'm getting from this. Alright, let's add a little bit of color. There we go. Move my mic a little bit. We start with the wagon. Or we could start with Binko Blurple. I was looking it up to check and Semple didn't pay his team at one point. Ooh, the drama. Alright, let's see how this brown works. Have I used this one? I have. I have used this brown. Oh, it could use a little bit more. Alright, here's your ASMR. Getting the ink out of the marker. So it's got nuance, jazz hands! There we go. As with so many things, right? Nothing. There we go. Get some of the pigment out of there. Dang, I miss listening to this guy. I miss listening to Bamboo. Oh yeah, I wanted to say Monday we ended up playing Dodd Goes to the Museum. It's such a charming game. I like it a lot. Yeah, the fancy S, right? Oh, yeah, so we're doing art based off of our Oregon Trail runs. We did an Oregon Trail run last night. It got prematurely ended by a black hole. So glad you liked it. Yeah, it was really good. It's so charming, and then I do like the little poignant moments as well. And I like that every wing of the museum, for one, it reminded me of Animal Crossing and the way that they do their museums with, like, you know, there's a little bit of wildlife, there's like actual like fine art and stuff. Oh, accidentally. It's okay, that's fine. But yeah, it had like all of my like hyper fixations. It had a little bit of paleontology, it had a little bit of fine art, had a little bit of astronomy as well. Bugs are the only thing that I wouldn't say at the moment are a hyper fixation, but who knows? Who knows, in the near future that may change. I am trying to get over my arachnophobia, and I feel like, dang, this marker is not holding on to color that well. But it's okay. The cool thing is that it's giving us a cool texture that I think is very good for doing wood. Ah, there we go. We got some pigment. Ah, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. And don't worry, I see Chad is moving. I will catch up in a little bit. So we are going to be drawing over some of our lines, but we could also just redraw the lines. That's totally fine. Oregon Trail, nice. Multidisciplinary museums really are so cool. And that's fair. Arachnophobia is no joke. Yeah, it used to be a lot worse for me, but I watched this anime, and then eventually ended up reading the manga and the light novel. But So I'm a Spider, So What? The Japanese title is Kumo desu ka Nanika, and I liked it a lot. I just like because like isekai shows are kind of whatever for me, but there was something about the fact that, one, the protagonist was not human. Was a spider monster, and then the fact that like there was kind of like an evolution mechanic in it, kind of like Digimon, you know, because it's like, oh, the or Pokemon, you could also compare it to Pokemon, where it's like, okay, if she levels up enough, if she like kills enough monsters, she levels up to another form. So I don't know, that ended up like endearing me to the main character and to, I guess, spiders overall. And I'm still listening to the light novels via audiobook. Dang, the coloring is very uneven, but that's fine. That's fine. Fun fact, after Kapoor took the pic flipping off Semple with the paint, Semple responded by making a glitter made of finely crushed glass? That sounds kind of dangerous, though. I should say it's clear you've done your research. I found some of that stuff out much later by sheer Tumblr luck, and that was weird. I actually like the genre of isekai because the tropes are so stupid. Yeah, I think, like, isekai, in and of itself, is a very neat genre because of, like, the different ways that you can mix together, like, your interests. Like, I kind of like the whole like, oh, reborn as like I'm trying to think of some good ones. As like an economist, reborn as a sword, reborn as a spider, reborn as like as a banker, reborn as like an intellectual person. Like, I kind of like that it's giving light novel authors a chance to kind of like talk about their respective like interests and or expertise, but like kind of reimagine in a more fantastical way. So it's like, oh, if your expertise is in economics or accounting or budgeting, you can make that entertaining by putting it in a or rather entertaining to a wider audience by putting it in an RPG fantasy setting, right? And it does feel like there's so many cool offshoots of it, but I think partially because of how inundated the genre has become, a lot of people are just like, oh man, another isekai? And admittedly, that's me too. It's like, man, again? Like, another freaking isekai? But there are also some series that actually use them all. Yeah, I agree, 100%. I'm a fan of isekai, but it's also one for me where it needs to be done right for sure. Trust the process. RPG characters getting a reverse isekai into real life. I actually like have had an idea about that, like, because a part of me's also been wanting to explore like creative writing a little bit more. It's another thing that I, out of the many things that I want to learn how to do, another one is like creative writing. And you know, I've written my share of fanfic before, but that was quite a while back. So I need to reignite that flame in me once more. But I have this like little pet idea that I haven't written into anything yet, but it's just one of those like when I'm on the bus and I'm just like thinking real hard and trying to not use my phone. I started thinking of this idea of like, oh, now the color's coming out. Now the color's coming out. I had this idea too when I was first taking like a US history like college course back in like community college. But it's like, oh, what if like one of the founding fathers or someone from that time period were to get transported here to like the year 2026, or I guess back then when this would have been like 2013 or something like that. Because I feel like there's so many things that they would be amazed by, but I kind of like this idea of like they would be amazed by something that like unexpected. And it kind of also goes hand in hand with this meme that I saw of like me showing a meme to a medieval peasant. And the medieval peasant is like, yeah, we get that meme. But then it's like he's like crunching on a Dorito and the person's like, and how about the Dorito? And the medieval peasant's like, it's alright. Like, what are you guys saying? What are you saying? I do appreciate how silly isekai mangaka can get. Like the whole, oops, I got hit by truck-kun thing can happen. Yeah. I like that it's become like a trope and like people even use it jokingly, right? That's how I feel about Murim stories. Man, I go through like 30 horrible ones to find the one I like now. Yeah, you kind of have to dig, right? Kind of have to dig through it. The time I became a bear VTuber and I started doing funny things on stream and then people were saying hi and stuff. Yeah. That's my favorite isekai. That's my favorite one. So much overuse of cultivation flying swords or demonic cultivar, but when one is good, it's such a gem. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to find more that are like spider isekai. I'm trying to find more that are like kumodesu, where it like centers either a monster or something that has the ability to like evolve or develop, or one where it's like from the point of view of the quote-unquote villain, right? So like, and I think that's also why villainous stories have been like getting a little bit more well-known lately as well. Not lately, it's actually been like a couple of years that it's been getting more and more well-known. Because you know that the like, oh, reborn as a villainess, or like, you know, I'm the villainess in my favorite visual novel, blah blah blah. However, I feel like some miss the mark by being like, oh, you're playing like a person gets isekai'd into the body of the villainess of like a visual novel or something, but then they're not the villain anymore because they're the main character. I like stories where it's like, oh, reborn as a villainess and they're actually a villainess, you know? Like one of my favorite ones is like, I think it's called like the Villainous Within or something like that, where it's what was it? I think it's called like The Villainous Within, where a person gets isekai'd into like the body of like a villainous, and of like a story that I think it's like a visual novel that she's familiar with. She gets like isekai'd into that body, but she herself is a good person, and she tries to be a good person like in the story, right? But then another person also gets isekai'd into the body of the heroine, but the heroine turns out to be like, I guess like spoiler alert if you're interested in this. There you go. There's the spoiler pudding. If you want to find out the story for yourself, you know, like how this. If you want to read the story for yourself, feel free to. But when I have the pudding on my head, it'll be like some slight spoilers for like the very beginning of the story. So basically, girl gets isekai'd into the body of a villainess. She tries to be a good person, and then another person gets isekai'd into the body of the heroine of the story, but she's evil. Well, she's not evil, but she's like, for lack of a better term, she's like a bitch, basically. So she tries to set up things so that the villainess has like a terrible, miserable life. All of her friends hate her, and like her love interest hates her, and she gets framed for like trying to kill the king and stuff like that. So the hero, like the actual like heroine of the story, the protagonist of the story, she ends up like going unconscious, but then the body ends up getting taken over by the original villainess herself. And the original villainess is like, you treated the person who took over my body, I think her name was like Emmy or something. The name of like the nice person that took over the villainess's body, her name is Emmy. And then the actual villainess takes over and she's like, you guys treated Emmy like crap, so I'm gonna take my revenge on all of you. And it's like, oh, I dig that so much. Finally, an evil person acting like an evil person. So the whole story is like her trying to like take revenge on behalf of Emmy, who was like really nice to her. So yeah, okay, spoiler pudding away. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Kuma 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 Bear and Isekai, where the girl in a bear suit becomes OP. I think I heard of that one, but it didn't quite have enough tropes that I was interested in to keep on watching. And the girl that just wants to have salmon for dinner. Just like me, for real, for real. Girl DM got me into villainous manhwa a while ago. Ooh, cool. I've been reading Reluctant Demon Cult Leader, a Murim setting where a guy is thrust into the air of a super important cult. People are after him and they keep getting hurt, dying by happenstance, but people think it's actually him, so they're all fearful and he just wants to live normally, so it's more of a comedy spin on Murim stuff. That reminds me of, there's like a Chinese one that I think I talked about it before, but, How Dare You? It's called How Dare You. It's like a live action Chinese drama with like kind of that setup where someone is like isekai'd and like, not isekai, they call it like transmigration. And one of them is like an evil emperor, but he has to act the part of an evil emperor even though he himself isn't really evil. But there's just a lot of funny, like, I don't know, there's like some comedy in there. I'm really enjoying takes on isekai for folks who aren't the isekai character, but the best example off the top of my head would be a spoiler. Oh, interesting. You know that one? DM recommended that one to you? Forgot the name. I think it's The Villainous Within. I think that's what it's called. You know, let me look it up. The Villainous Within. Yeah, is this it? Oh, it's a light novel series? I read the manga. I didn't know that it was like a light novel. Yeah, it's this one. It's called, just look up The Villainous Within, and then it has a super long Japanese, title. I had no idea it was a light novel. Oh, and it's getting an anime! That's right, it's getting an anime soon. It's also translated as The One Within the Villainous. But yeah, the manga, I also like the manga because of the art style. The art style is like, they're really good at portraying like really evil looking faces and really like, you know, just like the expressiveness is really good. So the name of the villainess is Remilia, and there's like a Japanese girl that incarnates into her body named Emmy. Get it? Remy, Emmy? Get it? So yeah, I feel like isekai has a lot of potential. because it's just such it's like the setting, the genre itself is so ripe for like a lot of different unique ideas. All right, let me color this in. I think another one that I like is Overlord. I think Overlord's kind of like one of those go-tos of like kind of alternate. This one I haven't used before, so I'm gonna have to push out the color. Overlord is like the classic, like, it's told from the point of view of the villain type of story. Even though, like, it's arguable, right? Like, if you watch Overlord, it's like, are we the baddies? But then the more you get into the story, the more it's like, no, yeah, they're the villains. 100%. Because I feel like it kind of starts out as like, oh, they're, you know, people think they're the villains, but they're just misunderstood because they're not human-shaped. And then later on, it's like, nah, they're the villains. Are we the baddies? You miss Overlord? Me too, man. That's actually why I, oh, hey, Randon. Hello, Randonites. Hello, hello. How you guys doing? It's me, Babinka Bear. I'm your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. And we were just talking about anime, the usual affair, you know. We're also doing a little bit of Posca art. We're doing some traditional— Ah! Why would you do that? Why would you rebel against me? But hello, Raiders. Hello, Randonites. Welcome back. If you guys got a raid and run, no worries at all. But how was Menhedarium? I saw that I thought it was like a light novel. I was in there for like all of like a couple of minutes before I had to like get ready for stream, but I know that it's like a deck builder roguelike, right? I thought it was like a light novel at first, and I was like, oh, Randon's playing some light novel stuff, but nah, deck builder, right? How was it? How was it? Let me know. But otherwise, if you guys got a jet, no worries at all. No worries at all. Talking about anime right now. We're talking about Overlord. I do miss the anime, and that's why I kind of want to read the light novel, but I think that's gonna be my— oh no, the ink. It's okay. I'm crying. Why does the Twitch app not send me on the raid? Oh no! Also, hello Yuki. Hello. How you doing? Let's see. That's frustrating. I know. I hate when that happens. But yeah, I want to read the light novels for IK manually. Thank you. Thank you for that. It's still marking you as a raider. Funnily enough. Because like on my end, you can see like who comes in via the raid. And yeah, it just be doing that. Oh, thank you for giving a sub to Yuki, Matthew. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm still currently watching, or sorry, listening to the audiobook for Spider Isekai for Kumodesu. I'm currently on volume 11 now. Volume 11. So, I think there's 16 total, which means that if I do like one— it's about like 5 to 7 hours per volume. And I usually listen during my commute to work. So I feel like I'm probably gonna finish, like, if I do one volume per week, I think I'm gonna finish around like beginning of May, which is perfect because that's when the school year kind of like peters out, at least with my line of work, because my line of work it goes along with the school year, so I get like a nice big break during the summer. So once we get to around May, I'll have a little bit more time for things. I feel like I always say that though. I always say like, oh, once we get to this part of the year, I'll have a lot more time to relax. Once we get to this part, I'll have more time. And then I always find a way to give myself more to do. It's like, oh, maybe I'll open commissions, or maybe I'll have another ambitious stream idea, right? Watch me make it rain. I think $1 from a peso. So much to do, so little time. I know. What an adult thing to say and do. I'm just like, I'll have more time. I'll have more time. I once read an isekai where a guy gets isekai'd into the body of the world's crappiest noble and is desperately trying to salvage his life and reputation. It was so good. Unfortunately, it got really weird, and then they introduced the love interest, so I dropped it. I feel that the moment you introduce like unnecessary romance into my my isekais or my fantasies, my fantasy like animes, that's the moment where I'm like, all right, I'm getting kind of bored. Like I'm getting kind of bored of this. I'm just not too much of a romance guy. You know what? I say that. I've said this before, but like I do like romance, but when it's not like the central thing in a plot line. I like it when it's like a secondary thing to the plot line, because I do like trying to think. Apothecary Diaries, Jinmao from Apothecary Diaries. So Jinshi and Mao Mao. I think their relationship is really cute, even though they're not like an official couple, right? And then the two main characters from Dandadan. I think they're really adorable too. Alright, let me line this part of the carriage. There we go. Trying to think of like other isekais. There was one that got recommended to me because like I saw reviews saying that it's similar to Spider Isekai, to Kumo Desu. And then when I read it, it was like I kind of see the comparison, but it was kind of whatever. And I keep hearing that like it's because I read the manga, and it just felt like there were not really like too much in the way of stakes. Here, let me just finish this part and I'll tell you all about it. So it's an isekai called Her Majesty's Swarm. And it is kind of similar to Kumodesu in that it's about a like female protagonist who gets isekai'd, but she has control over a whole swarm of like spider monsters. So think of like the Zerg, right? Think of like the Zerg from like StarCraft, where it's like, oh, you have control of like this entire swarm that's capable of like, first of all, they're like very monstrous looking, but they also have like capabilities of like, you know, infecting people or like just swarming. Like the life of like a single Zerg is kind of inconsequential, because the benefit is that you can like make these units very quickly and swarm the enemy, right? So it's kind of like that, but it just felt like there wasn't much in the way of like, I guess, stakes, or like there was no sense of like struggle. And sometimes that's fine, you know, like for example, anime like One Punch Man or Mob Psycho, who both happen to be by the same author, they have this like thing where like, oh, the protagonist is already OP in some way, right? And that's still entertaining because they're working on like another aspect of their lives that doesn't have to do with like their already godlike strength. Like with Mob Psycho, he is like already super OP with his psychic powers, but he's also painfully socially awkward. And then with like One Punch Man, he's already like the strongest hero, but he like, you know, actually, what was the deal with him? He wanted an opponent that was like worthy of him, right? Not without like the prideful like sound of it. Like, and then with like Kumodesu, like she doesn't start out OP, but she does progress to being OP eventually. So you see a little bit of that. But with Her Majesty's Swarm, it was like she was already OP, and then she got like a single unit. Like, you know how in Age of Empires you have like those like hero units? She got one of those, and then she just like curb stomps everybody. And it's kind of cool. Like, I kind of wanted to see more of like the evil stuff that I keep mentioning, of like, oh, you know, like Zergs can like infest a base, right? And then you like have these like infected Terrans who are like essentially mind controlled and stuff. I kind of wanted to see more of that. Instead, it was just like, oh, look, I can swarm my enemies, and I have a knight that is super OP. And that was like the extent of like any kind of like struggle or upward struggle of like the character's arc, I guess. So yeah, it kind of was just like a power fantasy. But it just didn't interest me as much as like other isekais. But I do admit, like sometimes I just like watch something to be like, I want to see some evil stuff. I want to see like I want to see some messed up stuff. Let me catch up on chat before we go to our ad break. We do have an ad break coming up, but I usually take a break during those. It just wrapped up, and it's in that case, have you read The Greatest Estate Developer? Wrapped up a similar base concept, it does have romance, and it's more psychological romantic warfare. Oh, okay. When you find a cool battle anime in the start, and then it turns into academia. I hate that. Yeah. It is nice to have more of an arc. It's true. It's true. Alright, let me put you guys here in the cup corner. You guys can listen to the music. I'm gonna drink some more of my coffee. I'm gonna do my squats. I have to do my 5 squats, alright? If you want to do some exercise with me, do 5 squats during the ad break. But I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes. 3 minutos. Alright, we're back. We're back. And I found out one of my brown markers just isn't working properly, but I found out I have a marker of the same shade, that works perfectly. So there's that. Hope you guys had a good break. Let me see who we have here. Daniel Ivy, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I saw that you also wanted to lurk. Go for it. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for stopping by too. Feel free to lurk. Let's see. Oh my god, Greatest Estate Developer. My brother loves that one. Ah, okay, okay. And it's got spin-offs too. I prefer What a Bountiful Harvest Demon Lord over Apothecary Prince, but they're both fun with their concepts. I do love also how isekai titles just be like that. You know, like Reborn as a vending machine? You know, like I thought that I was just gonna be teaching a class, but instead I was isekai'd into another world? Question mark? Bountiful Harvest is about a guy being isekai'd into a demon's body and deciding that demons are going to farm. There we go. I love how it slots right into the Frontieraverse. Explain. Explain. Welcome back. That's a relief, but yeah, it's just not. Sometimes it'd be like that with Posca markers. Sometimes some just don't like retain the ink as well as they can. But this one works like butter. But I think I should also draw the background as well. And then I might also redo some outlines as well, so that we can, for example, differentiate the brown of the wheels with the brown of the wagon itself. So I don't think we're gonna finish this one, because I might actually want to call it within like the next 30 minutes or so. We're probably not gonna finish, but at the very least we got it started, and then we might continue next week. Oh, but the question is when, because like I said, next week is going to be a little limited because of me and Beans, both our moms have their birthdays coming up. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out from there. Lloyd Frontera is the MC of the Greatest Real Estate Developer with the same author as What a Bountiful... Oh, so it's like a whole extended universe. Okay. Alright, this is a pretty deep... How saturated is this green? Okay, that's a pretty fair green. I think this would be more so for shading colors though, so let's see. I don't think I have like a dull... I need like a desaturated green, methinks. Let's see how this one looks. This one's a little bright, methinks. No, actually this one works pretty well. I see, I see. You know what's cool? I could do this. I could layer it. We could layer it. It's times like this that, like, maybe it would benefit me to get back into acrylic paint or something, so I could do larger swaths of paint over, like, big areas like this. We could also vary the color of the grass, so maybe some of it is a little bit more of, like, a straw color rather than, like, this green... like field, because it's also partially the prairies, right? Let me see if I have like a reference picture I can use. Prairie wagon. I see, I see. He's a douchebag with a heart of gold. His singing voice is so bad it's an attack, and people think... Oh, sorry, give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, sorry about that. His singing voice is so bad, it's an attack, and people think he's so ugly that it scares people into thinking he's a demon. But he was also formerly an engineering student. Yeah, that's what I mean, right? About how, like, I don't know, like, the author of an isekai series can just kind of, like, insert their, like, favorite topics, whether it's, like, their hyperfixation or, like, something that they're just very, like, well acquainted with. And it kind of, like, slots in flawlessly. And the artist is clearly having so much fun figuring out expressions for Lloyd. Oh, you know what? That reminds me of, Gachi Akuta. I know I've been yapping about that one recently, too, right? Because I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying Gachi Akuta because the artist is just so, like, fun with, like, how they do expressions. I kind of want to have, like, a kind of a mix of, like, grass colors. So let me, I'm gonna try out some colors here. And the fun part, oh, this is a good like straw prairie like kind of color. Yeah, the way that the artist for Gachi Akuta draws expressions is really fun. You could tell, like, I haven't tested this out myself because I'm not great at drawing, like, expressions or just, like, people, but, I hear that, like, a good tip for, like, if you're trying to learn how to draw expressions is to exaggerate it to the extreme. So, like, never draw just someone being, like, slightly irked. Draw them being freaking mad, like, mad as heck. And that'll kind of help you, like, with, like, more subtler expressions in the long run. I myself have not experimented with it, but it is a tip that I've seen. I think that's another reason why, earlier I was talking about how my coworkers noticed that I have a certain art style, and I was like, I have an art style? And it's like, it's kind of like, yeah, you do have an art style. It's kind of like how everyone has an accent. It's just a question of like what accent you have. So everyone has an art style, but I think part of the reason why I was like at first pretty incredulous is because like, oh, I don't really draw people that much, but I usually draw like little critters and little like one-off things. But I guess it makes sense that like everyone has some kind of art style, even if you're just starting out with art, right? The Rudo expression is always good to see, right? Right? I love it. Like the way that he kind of goes like wall-eyed every so often. You don't find your art style finds you. Exactly, exactly, Yuki. Your art style finds you in a back alley and then it mugs you and takes your money and like takes your money and is like, this is art style territory. And then you're just like, but that's my lunch money. What am I gonna eat? You know what? I should do... I was doing like sideways like this, but I feel like I should... The first time he attempted to smile at Zonka. Yeah, it leaves you for dead. Takes your lunch money. Calls you a freaking loser. Shoves you in a locker. Leaves you for dead. Gives you a swirly as a treat, you know. Bear, hello. Hello, hello. You got your sticker. Yeah, the first time he tries to smile at Zonka, I got to the point where he does it again after like a certain thing happens in the plot, and it's just as funny. I kind of like how the anime seems to be using the manga as like, not for inspiration, that's kind of a duh, but like, as like the storyboarding, you know, like, cause there's one thing about like adapting an anime, from the manga, cause this is something that I wouldn't like really figure out until later in life when I watched more like anime YouTubers, that like, there are different ways that you can adapt an anime. That's why sometimes like adaptations will be vastly different from their like manga, like, or in this case like light novel counterparts. Of course, if you grew up in the 2000s, you already knew that. With like Bleach and Naruto going for as long as they did with like the filler arcs. Because I don't know if, like, do anime still do that nowadays? I heard that Black Clover does that with, like, it still has filler arcs, but for the most part, I feel like long-running animes don't do that anymore. They just, like, go seasonal. And, you know, that gives them, like, a couple of seasons for the manga to catch up. The manga and anime are done one-to-one. Yeah, right? Same thing with Dan. Oh, that I didn't know. But it kind of makes sense, right? Dun 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 dun. Alright, I'm gonna add some more color. I'm gonna put like the grass is mostly like this yellow golden color. What is this? Apricot color, and then I'm gonna add some like patches of like different colored grass, so maybe a little bit of brown, maybe a little bit of green, maybe a little bit of dark green. So we're just gonna have fun with it. And then I might actually end off with like that. Once we're done with like the grass and stuff, I think that's where we'll call it for the day because I'm starting to get a little hungry. I want to get some lunch. Wait, what is this music? Oh, it's still Ruby Ibarra. I was like, what is this? I was saying like a couple streams earlier how like the Spotify algorithm is getting kind of weird, kind of crappy. Where it's like I'll put on a playlist for a specific artist, and then when the playlist ends or if the album ends, it doesn't play like anything else from that artist. It goes to like a similar artist, granted, but it's like no, I want to listen to more Bruno Mars. Like, I want to listen to more. If I have a playlist with Bruno Mars, and the playlist ends, I would want to listen to more Bruno Mars instead of like, you know, a similar artist. But then sometimes it's not even a similar artist. Sometimes it's just like a completely like different genre in it like altogether. I don't know, man. I don't know. Get some food? Yeah. We're gonna probably be getting a vegan Mexican food. There's this place that we always frequent that it's just so good. It's just so good. Last time I got tacos. I usually get torta, but last time I got tacos and I really liked it, but this time I might get some kind of bowl because I've been craving the rice, you know. What is an Asian gal without her rice? Funny thing with Creepy Nuts, didn't find out from him with Dundadon, found him from watching Call of the Night. Yeah. I've also read Call of the Night. Rice! Matthew is also seeking rice. It's in his name, you see. I forgot where I heard, did Creepy Nuts also do the opening for, Mashal? Right? I think that's where I found out about them. And then Dundadon. Good rice really is so magical. Yeah, like... Well, I'm like a white rice enjoyer, which is why I'm also a little bit of a chubby bear. But Mexican rice is also my jam. But I remember like I had a friend, actually you know him, Mr. Rage. Mr. Rage like one time was telling us how to, cuz he's Mexican. I remember asking him once like, "Oh, how do you make like Mexican rice?" And then I forgot all of the steps, but but I remember at one point he said like, "Oh, you don't have to wash the rice." And me as like an Asian bear is just like, "What?" Like, what did you just say? What did you just say to my face? No, we were heresy. It's funny, like, but he was like, "Nah, trust me, you don't need to do it with this one. You don't need to." I don't know if any other like folks that have ever cooked Mexican rice can like chime in on that. Is it true you don't have to cook the rice? I mean, it comes out good. But I'm just so used to like washing the rice, you know? How you're getting all the like dirt and stuff off of it. And also like when you wash it, you see all of the murkiness, right? Funny thing with a friend, he said, man, Creepy Nuts can rap. I look at him and show him more of the songs and tell him, my brother in rice, come on! Yeah, that's like mainly what I know them for, is like their sick raps, right? Dun 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 dun. Actually, we can listen to Creepy Nuts. I feel like Creepy Nuts might have also... Did they do like a Digimon song too? They did Bling Bang Bang Born, which is from Mashal. Alright, ready? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Wait, hold on. I got a missed call. I'm not gonna show it on screen. But what do you mean I got a missed call? Oh my god, it's a freaking spam. Oh no, my credit monitoring. I'm so sure. Hey. So yeah, we might finish this during another stream. But we're at least getting like the big part out of the way, which is the background. And then I also want to do some like, I don't know, I also want to play around with color a little bit. Cielo put me onto another daily game that you guys might have noticed. So for those unaware, in my Discord we do have a channel where we just play daily games. It's stuff like Wordle, you know? Like when I say games, it's like stuff that you can do within like 10 minutes. But it started with Wordle and then it started getting like people started adding more games, and I don't know, it's just so fun in that way because it started with Wordle and then we did Food Guesser and Time Guesser. And then eventually people started also adding connections from like New York Times, and then strands from New York Times, and then cuddle and scrandle. Fine, I'll do scrandle once we're done with this background. I don't know if, like I said, I'll add the colors this time around, but I'll do scrandle. You know what? I'll even have a window open to it. But it just rage baits me so much. It just rage baits me so much. Because it's like, what do you guys mean that you don't like the nachos with the hot Cheetos on them and you instead prefer a singular hot dog? That's not even in a bun, you know? With beans or something like that. Have you guys seen that meme that's like, beans and rice? It's like the meme with the two people on the bus where they're both looking out the window, but one of them is sad and one of them is happy. Have you guys seen the meme where it's like beans and rice parentheses British and it's the guy that's sad, and then beans and rice parentheses Mexican and it's the happy guy? Because I was like, why would you guys prefer like, you know, something with like just beans? And then I remember like, wait, Mexican beans. The frijoles. There we go. This song. Hey. 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 Yeah. I was thinking to myself, like, man, I wish I could rap really fast. First of all, I can't rap. But also, second of all, I mean more so like, I like baked beans, but wow, can baked beans be weirdly sad? To be honest, I don't know how many times in my life I've had baked beans. That might be something worth trying out. But first of all, I'm not good at rap. At least like freestyling, because I remember like back in my 20s, I have some friends who like, you know, grew up in the era of like Eminem. And they were like influenced by, well, like not just Eminem, but like Tupac, Biggie, all the rappers from like the 90s to like to 2000s. And I have some friends that like to freestyle. And they one day, like, you know, it's like 2 a.m. after like all the like bars and clubs have closed down, and we're just hanging around at like an In-N-Out parking lot. Like, no one quite wants to go home yet. And one of my folks starts doing their beat, the like the boots and cats, and they're like, all right, start a cipher, and then they're like, come on, start freestyling. And I'm like, I don't know how to freestyle. Like when it comes to like getting like retrieving words from my brain, that part of my brain just doesn't work properly, you know? I feel like other parts of my brain work just fine. Like when it comes to getting little factoids about art history, works just fine. But when it comes to like not only retrieving words from my brain, but retrieving words from my brain that rhyme and make sense together, that's just too much. That's just too much to ask of me. The best, I'm the best, oh yeah. But in terms of being able to memorize and recite a rap, I feel like that's a little bit different, because once you're, it's like memorizing a script, you know, but really fast and in rhythm. And I feel like the fastest I was able to do that was or the fastest rap that I was able to like memorize and do was the Hamilton Hamilton a toast to the groom, to the groom, to the bride. Satisfied, that's the name of the song, Satisfied. That was the fastest one I was able to memorize, and even nowadays I don't know if I could do that. It's because they have actual flavor. When baked beans are good, they're comfy. Not frijoles type comfy, but comfy. But I had some baked beans last week where I was like, how are these so sad and why? That's how I feel about beans on toast British, but beans on toast Arab, but actually literally any other culture. I mean, toast has a good crunch to it. Me and Beans have been on bagels lately. Like, I feel like we weren't really into bagels that much before, but now we're like... I think it's because we specifically have this, like, these bagels from, like, Trader Joe's that have, like... I don't know if they have, like, onion or something in them, but they smell good. Like, when... All you gotta do is toast them and they're good. Like, when they got that perfect crunch, that perfect aroma, it's so good. Good bagels are magical, it's true. Dun 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 dun. Is it still Creepy Nuts? Oh no, it's I Know the End. I was like, Creepy Nuts isn't on this song. But this is a Dun Dun opening, so I guess that's why they played it. I had a dream. I forgot to like tell you guys about this, but I had pretty vivid dreams last night because I was very tired. I was very tired from the work week. Cause like me and Beans were actually supposed to wake up early today to do more car practice, so more driving practice. And we both woke up around like 7-ish and we're both just like Me because I had a busy work week, him because he's been working out a lot recently. He's becoming a very muscular bear. We were just tired from the week. But I remember like last night I had some very vivid dreams. Like I had a dream that like me and Beans went out to a place where you could see the entire like Los Vincos skyline. But for some reason the sky was purple. And I'm not talking like, you know, sky after like rain and it's sunset kind of purple. It was like a vibrant like look at that Babinka down there with my name. Like that purple. And it was kind of concerning. And then I think, you know how like dreams kind of like just like transition into the next thing, and it's like even if it's really strange, the transition is smooth enough to make you be like, yeah, you know, that this is just reality. It transitioned from the purple Los Vincos skyline to like a post-apocalyptic scene. I just remember trying to steal a shopping cart. And Beans, like, I like was recounting this to Beans, and he's like, "That's just LA. Like, that's just what it's like here." Mega Bronson, hello. You could attest to this. That's just how LA is, right? I mean, that's just how Los Vincos is, right? But I also had like part of my dream also transitioned to, I want to say off Kai. Like, it transitioned to like fast forward and it's off Kai 2026. And like, yeah, I'm gonna draw over Terry over here. It was off Kai and like I was meeting someone and I didn't have a like business card for them. And I remember audibly saying like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, I don't have a business card." And then thinking in my head like, I should have planned this better. Why didn't I set aside time to make a business card? So part of me is like, oh, should I just do a stream where we're like making a business card that I can give out to people at Offkai? But the question is, I like making all of my stuff like teacher oriented, like shopping carts for the homeless make great grills. There you go. There you go. I was trying to steal it. Also, I need to catch up on chat, I realize. My family makes beans with either tomato sauce or coconut milk. Oh, that sounds so good. That sounds so good. With cheese and toast. Oh my god. And that sounds like it has a lot of good, like, variety with, like, textures. Because I'm definitely a texture girly, and like the crunch of toast with something kind of melty or like something like beans. Oh, that sounds so good. Business cards are such a whole thing. Yeah, right. I was gonna say like I wanted some kind of like branding, or I kind of like making things resemble like teacher or education focused stuff with my branding, but I feel like I don't quite have like a solid branding style, you know? Like I have a logo and I have like my stream like background and stuff, but like it's like, oh, how do I like what is the branding for like my business card? And also like how do teacher business cards, like do teachers even have business cards? Well, they go to things like conferences though, right? Like I would assume that like at a conference it's like, you know, oh, here's my business card, you know. Just remembered end of the month I'm a visit a friend near LA. I like to visit, but man, every time I hate it because near miss or actual accident I get it when leaving LA. Yeah, that's the traffic in LA is just actual hell. Like if you learn how to drive in Los Pincos, like you I don't quite how to say it because like you're either like the crappiest driver in the world or you're the best driver because one, you know how to like navigate the mess that is LA traffic, but sometimes you have to do it by like doing dirty deeds done dirt cheap, you know? And it's like when you go to anywhere else, like the traffic is not gonna be that bad where you have to like cut people off and it's like every bear for themselves, you know? But who knows? I say that, but I don't know what it's like in like for example New York City because I remember I feel like when me and Beans visited New York City in like 2023, we noticed that like there's definitely like a lot more honking. like like people will definitely like honk at each other. I feel like in LA in Los Pincos it's more like do you think it's like more passive aggression than like outright aggression? It's like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother honking. I'm just gonna try to circle around you, and if we get into an accident, we get into an accident. I can see academics having a business card. I know it more so on the side of like the office work that I do. Because for those who don't know, like my job is like I'm half in an office and half helping out at classrooms. Um, so like I know less about like like the strictly teacher side of it in terms of like going to conferences and stuff, and more so on like the like office side of it, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of academic business cards are really going to be plain though. I like the simplest cards you've ever seen. Ah, you know who has a good business card? You know what? Do I still have everyone's business card from Offkai? Let me check. I don't think I do, but I remember I really liked Owen's business card a lot. Because his was nice and like simple. And then you also have like the other side of the spectrum where like I had a really chaotic one with Aros, but his was like kind of intentionally chaotic. Let me see if I have it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a page dedicated to it. This whole page is I'm pretty sure the paint is dry. This is my little Bujo from, and this whole page is just dedicated to Offkai stuff. So you have like, Owens here. On the other side is nice and like kind of simplistic. It's like just his like contact info and stuff. And then Aros's is like intentionally chaotic. Kale's is also nice and readable as well as along with like the really nice illustration, and then Big Ham's as well. So all these are like nice and simple. So maybe I should keep mine to something like this. You also have like the stickers from Offkai as well. So yeah, I'll be working on that. But I feel like that dream was my brain being like, oh, you should start working on Offkai stuff. So like business cards. I have been thinking about the idea of getting a standee of myself. I was thinking about it. And then stickers. I want to make stickers for folks. So yeah. Let me see. Oh, thanks for shouting out all those people, Matthew. I like to put my blinkers too, and man, every time I do them, it's a sign of weakness in LA, and I have to force change. Kind of like the outer areas. Yes, use your blinkers. In fact, I complain when people don't use their blinkers. But yeah, like in the city, people are kind of insane for that, you know. Let's see. Neat. Yeah, thanks for shouting them out. This is making me miss using Moo for business cards. Oh, I've never heard of Moo. What is Moo? Online printing services. Oh, interesting. Oh, cool. Okay, okay. Cool. All right, let me add a little splash of color here and there to the grass and stuff, and then I think we'll probably call it, but we will play a little bit of Scrandle, as we promised. Doryok Mirai, a beautiful star. A beautiful star. Doryok Mirai, a beautiful star. Doryok Mirai, a beautiful star. Feel a happy day. Bye bye. Ooh, that green stands out mighty nice. You know what? I think big patches. I should have like bigger like patches of green here. I love you. Oh, give me a second. Cool. Just saying bye to Beans, he's gonna get a haircut. Like I said, I am kind of enjoying the freedom that comes with like the idea of like I could just make my art messy. I can make it not perfect. There's something very freeing about it. I recommend everyone, if you want to like, you know, feel more confident about your art and feel more free with like making messy art, look into this idea of naive design. That really is a lovely grassy green, right? Oh, you want a little bit of overlap here too. Naka. That way you could be, I kind of like the idea of just being like looser with my art, because usually I do feel like I try too hard to be more exact. Getting the right lines and getting it to like look a certain way, but it's like, nah, you don't need to do that. Tis but an illusion. Doryok Mirai, beautiful star. Doryok Mirai, beautiful star. Happy, lucky, konnichiwa, baby. Happy, lucky, konnichiwa, baby, so sweet. Doryok Mirai, beautiful star. Doryok Mirai, beautiful star. Let's see, should I put a little bit of darker greens in there? It's our courage test. Let's see what this like vibrant green does. Actually, let me do like a test. Oh, it's a pretty vibrant green. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe some of this color actually. Ah, okay, that adds like a little bit of like a sandy color to things. There we go, a nice patchy little field. Prairie field, right? But alright, I think that's gonna be it for now with this. We can come back to this either next week or the week after. I'm not 100% sure when. Let me go ahead and stop raids here. Let's see. I got an alert saying Quackity's QSMP is back. Is that like a Minecraft thing? It's looking great, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys like it. But you know what we haven't done lately? We haven't done a mosh pit. So for those that don't know, we do have an end of stream tradition here called our end of stream mosh pit. I'm gonna play some music. Now all you guys gotta do is when you hear the music, go ahead and start spamming your favorite emotes. Oh, you know what? I have a song for this. It's actually one that Matthew had posted on the Discord. Thanks for the stream. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. It's a ska cover of Rage Against the Machine, Killing in the Name of. So yeah, once you hear the music, all you gotta do is spam your favorite emotes, and I'm gonna make your little avatars fight each other. There's no correlation between how many emotes you spam and who wins the mosh pit. It's RNG, and it's not rigged. So when you hear the music, get to moshing. And then I'll decide who we raid into. So let's put away the webcam. Hope you guys are ready for some freaking ska. Bow. Bow. Dun 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 dun. Meow 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 meow. That's a cool emote, beeplebees. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. This is so fire. Like, I listened to it when Matthew first, like, posted it in the Discord, and I was like, dang, this is so good. Forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. I had a feeling you'd like it. Yeah. I was tempted to also tag Mega Bronson in it. Mega Bronson, is this also your your kind of sound? That's what I thought. That's what I assumed. Yeah. I up with the ska covers. Especially for Rage Against the Machine. Do what you told ya. Do what they told ya. Do what you told ya. Fugubi, you survived the mosh pit. You did it. But can you do it for round 2? Fight. Now they do what you told ya. The chosen foot. Some of those that wear forces are the same that burn crosses. Oh, it's Fugubi versus Monday. Who's gonna get it? Oh, and Monday Moon gets the med pack. Mayhaps another med pack will spawn. Oh, it was right in the middle. It was right in the middle. Monday got it. Heading out. Thanks for the fun stream. Thanks for tuning in, beeplebees. I appreciate you. Monday, you won round 2. Let's go. Fugubi for round 1. Monday for round 2. Do we have enough time? We have enough time for another round. We have enough time for one more. One more round. They told ya. Now they do what they told ya. Trojan light. Also, this music video is just so sick. Like, the room, the guy's, like, style. I love it. It's a vibe, right? Dang, this is one of those things where it's like, man, maybe if me and Beans have cubs, we should like make them do like trumpet or something so they can do stuff like this. I won't do what they tell me. It's Fugubi versus Matthew. Who's gonna get it? There's another med pack. Are you gonna get it? You got it. You got it. And we have a 2-time winner. His style, cool. His room, cool. The way that he plays his instrument, cool. Me, I'm whack as heck. I won't do what they tell me. Not rigged. It's not rigged. It's not. See, that's what I keep telling you guys. That's what I keep telling you guys. It's not rigged. It's not. It's RNG. I also like that his logo is like Cartoon Network. Nice. Wow, what a cool jig. American Idiots got okay, I'm just gonna follow this guy. I'm just gonna check out more of their music once we raid. Alright guys. Not rigged today. I know I read that the same as the Jonathan Frakes, like, we made it up. It's false. Not rigged today. Always will be. No, it's not. It's not. Is it rigged? Not today. We made it up. Our writers made it up. Alright, we're gonna raid into a fellow bear today. We're gonna raid into Folk, Zaubearer. He's currently playing Hollow Knight Silk Song, so enjoy that. Next week, like I said, we might just have like about 3 streams. One of them is gonna be on Discord, but well, I'll let you know. We'll let you know. I'll let you know how the driving practice goes. There we go. Now the raid command works. Oh, I took out raid free. I tried to make it so that raid does both commands at the same time, but maybe I do need to bring back raid free. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, let's start the raid. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, let me copy the raid message too. Alright, bye-bye. Peace and love. We raid.